Correct. First, I would like to tell you about the meaning of puja. There are two aspects. One is the aspect that you have got your own deities within yourself, and these deities are to be awakened within you. Deities are the different aspects of one God. So on one side you have the deities, these the aspects of God which are all the time awakened. On the other side you have your own deities which are sometimes awakened, sometimes half awakened, sometimes sleeping, and sometimes sick. So you have to use two methods. One, to please the deities of God and to ask them to bless your deities, or to ask them to awaken your deities. So by doing the puja means when you offer anything that you have got, to offer anything that you offer is say flowers. If you want to offer flower to God, you don't have to speak anything. You have to just offer that this is for you. Anybody can understand offering is for that. You don't have to have even a tongue. Even if a blind man is there, if he wants to give you something, he can just give you like this, and that expression is sufficient for anybody to be convinced that it's an offering. You don't have to say anything about it. So now when you offer a flower to God, even if you don't say a mantra, it is offered, alright, is given. But whether it is accepted or not is a problem. But now when you are a realized soul and you offer anything, it is acceptable to God even if you don't say anything. But what about you getting any reward out of it? After realization, when you offer anything to God, He accepts. Because it's coming from a realized soul, so He accepts. Now, how do we get blessed by Him? By giving a flower to God. Now, if you don't say anything about it, you just offer the flower, then you might be rewarded with many flowers automatically in life. Or you may be, whatever material things you offer, you may be blessed materially. Then in a subtler way, if you say something, as you say for offering somebody, that humble way of saying that I'll be happy if you would accept this, will be even subtler results of that maybe, which would be much wider, maybe much deeper. Now you do something symbolic, which is very the essence, the principle of something. Like flowers are the represent the principle of the Mother Earth. Now, so the symbolicism of all the things that we can offer to God has been meditated upon and has been found out. So they use 5 things called as Panchamrita. Because if you have hit the principle, then you have really hit the whole, isn't it? Because spiritual well-being is a total well-being. It's not just partly that your material well-being or your physical well-being or your emotional well-being or your mental well-being. It's a total one, completely balanced into totality. Now when you offer these other things like these we call them akshatas, with the this stamp, what do you call it? Turmeric. Turmeric rice. See this yellow thing. You see? When you offer this, you know the yellow color is that of the Swadhisthana chakra. And rice is very dear to all the gods. Now there's a trick in it because it's a human trick. Gods are fond of rice. So they put turmeric on it. Means that we offer to you a rice which is yellow colored, means you should give us blessings of our creativity. When you eat it, more creativity will flow and we'll be blessed by that creativity. It's a trick. The whole thing of puja is the trick of human saints. You see, how to trick God to give more blessings. But whatever God likes has to be auspicious and holy. So ultimately it works out for the holiness of saints and their simple hearts. Now the puja cannot be done by a person who is not a realized soul. A person who preaches also has to be a realized soul. The one who does namaz has to be a realized soul. The one who prays has to be a realized soul. So all the utensils that are used are to be worshipped in a way that they are to be holy things. They are to be respected things. You cannot use anything save the one you are using in the bathroom and use the same thing for the puja. It is absurd. Three things are very important. Is a ghata, this one is the vessel. Vessel that contains the kundalini, the vessel that contains the primordial desire within us to get to God is first to be worshipped, our desire. Is the ghata, is the one made here. And on top is called as a Shri phala. Shri phala means this also has got water in it, if you see. This coconut has, this represents, the coconut represents the same thing. Now in the subtler form, it is the water of all the rivers of the world, rivers. And the coconut is the water of all the oceans. The water from the ocean or sea rises through the tree trunk of the coconut and becomes the sweet water in the coconut. It's a symbolic thing. So this is the vessel called Ghata Puja. This is the Ghata Puja. Now I don't want to go to details today because we have to talk about Ganesha. The same is, now that is water, alright. Then we have to worship Ghanta and Shankha. These are two representing the sound. Actually the Shankha represents the ether. Then we have the Deepa, this one. Is the light, represents the light element called as Tejas. Normally also to the goddess they also give her a fan which represents the air element. So this is how all the five elements are pleased beforehand using them. So the essences of these, or the causal essences of these five elements should be pleased at this time. Now there are also all kinds of other things like your family deities you might be worshipping in your family, some deities, they should not be also at this time upsetting the puja, or maybe the forefathers who are dead. All these things are to be quietened so that they should be told that this is a puja like this and you do not disturb us at this time. Means even thought should not come, their thoughts or their any disturbances. So everything is to be first made into peace. Now this is the one aspect I have told you in short, because it's a very long thing. If I have to speak about it, I'll have to speak at least 3 times and in 3 hours each time. Still it may not be finished. Now we come to the second aspect, which question I asked you, how do you get benefited by it? So apart from this technique, to have the best effect or the blessings or the best flow of the grace within us, we say mantras. The sound of mantras resound echo into the being of God, and they are re-echoed on our chakras, and then the chakras start opening more. So the flow of the grace of God is received. But only a realized soul should chant a mantra, because without connection, how will it reach God? It is a vicious circle. Now, one may say that, Mother, you cannot get realization unless and until you get the grace of God. And the chakras won't open by a person who is not a realized soul. Without opening the chakras, you cannot get realization. That's how the play of the Mother comes here. And of all the saints, like you. I would say the sahajayogies have to break this vicious circle. You have to raise the kundalini yourself. Once you raise the kundalini opens the chakras a little bit, because you have given your vibrations to the chakras. So once she knows there is a sahajayogi standing behind the seeker, she rises. She knows you are her brothers and sisters, and that you belong to the same family as she does. She knows the land where she has to grow, so she can feel that, and then she rises in her dignity. That's how she breaks this vicious circle. That's why in the beginning we don't tell them about the mantras. Because in the mantras you have to accept me as the deity. In this advent of mind, it is made compulsory that you have to recognize me. Because this is very precarious, the resurrection time we can call it, or the time of your last judgment. First the realization has to be given without any recognition, but not to those who are denying or insulting me. Under any circumstances they cannot get realization, whatever you may try. Even after realization, if people start thinking against me, vibrations will stop because of samsara. And the heart has to be completely in unison with me. Otherwise, samsara is closed. Now those people who are simple, who are full of open hearts, you see, such people understand me very well, and they just put me in their hearts. After realization, after going through the understanding of Sahaja through their mental activity, also the intellectuals understand me and recognize me in a little circle. After the puja, when they receive the blessings in a very blissful state they achieve, then they realize the value of puja also afterwards. Now in India, where the puja system has been traditionally coming and has been maintained quite a lot, they understand it without any mental processes. But when they meet somebody, an intellectual who has become a sahajayogi, you see, they can't understand them. They don't want to listen about it, the whole rigmarole of the whole movement of the brain. And some of them who try, you see, little westernized, they try, you see, they develop an inferiority complex and they go to the left side. But there is no need to understand it with mental, to all the time analyze it through your mental process and then to understand everything and then become sahajogis with the heart open. It's rather very circuitous. But what to do? They have gone that way, so they have to come that way. Because even if they become sahajogis, they start questioning and thinking about it and worrying about it. So the false people just mesmerize them and take advantage of that mesmerism. So one should not feel bad. If you feel like analyzing, you should go ahead with it. Because I cannot stop your speed. I am not going to mesmerize. In Sahaja Yoga, the freedom is to be respected. But we do not allow people to come for puja who have not achieved a certain amount of understanding mentally of sahaja from the Western people, not in India, but here there is a restriction. Because supposing in India, I do not explain to them, they don't want to know. They know that they'll get vibrations. They already know about vibrations, so I don't have to tell them you'll get more vibrations. If they get more vibrations, they know I am the Shakti, that's all. I don't have to explain. Like as you can make out which is the best wine, they can make out who is the real person. They know the taste of it. Now once in a puja, I had about 6,000 people had touched my feet. So I said in a puja, now please don't have, people need not touch my feet. I said it. But they thought it was Dhumal who suggested, so they all got after his life. They said, you only want to take all the blessings from others' feet and you didn't want us to take it, and they got out. Another thing is, you see, in the West, I never used to make the Panchamrita with my feet but with my hands, because here people would think that that's a dirty thing, feet is, and we should not have of the feet, you see. But actually the feet are very powerful and they can never be dirty. Like the river Ganges has vibrations. And if you have the water of Ganges, you will see that it will never be dirtied. On the contrary, whatever are inside that, because it's never sort of very kept clean, whatever dirt has gone into it settles down and doesn't dirty the thing at all. It's very clean water, all the time vibrating. So one must understand whatever is pure, which is responsible for purity, which is the source of purity, can cleanse any impurity. So how it can be impure? But with the brain, if you think it, it's so limited. You cannot think of something which is just the embodiment of purity. This is the point we have come now, where I think I should talk about the Absolute. That is Shri Ganesh.
Yes, Shri Ganesha.